Couple of quick things before this video starts. Firstly, shout out to Chivo for editing this video. He's done all the most recent Beatles reactions and is going to be doing the rest of their discography, so I greatly appreciate it. Secondly, this reaction is taken from a good few months back from one of my viewer music submission live streams, hence the different background and the different hair. I've now heard every Beatles album as of when I'm recording this, so don't worry about telling me which one I need to get to next. I've already heard all of them. These music submission streams are every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 3 PM UK time, so make sure you stop by, send me some music, and say hi if that's something you're interested in. Another big thing that I want to talk about is this argument that I've seen in a lot of the comments of the most recent Beatles reactions, and that's that I'm not listening with the right mindset. I want to just quickly explain kind of how I go into albums like these, particularly with older albums like these Beatles ones here. When I'm listening to a Beatles album, the way I kind of form my opinion is through three criteria. How is it aged? How does it compare to other music at the time? And do I like the songs? These videos are not meant to be like objective criticisms of the Beatles. They really are just my opinion and my initial impressions of these songs the first time hearing them. So before you go into the comments and try and scathe me for having a different opinion, just know that these videos don't exist to try and put down any of these massive artists. It's just to create some conversation and discourse between me and the people watching the videos. I'm not trying to offend or upset anyone, I just want to share my opinion and then receive yours in response. And of course, like and sub and whatnot, all the usual stuff. We're trying to hit 2K. But yeah, besides that, enjoy the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Human Reviews channel, and today we're listening to Let It Be. That's right, this is the final Beatles album, even though it was never meant to be. Abbey Road was meant to be their final album, and then some stuff happened. I don't know, wait, Macarix explained it here. The TV show never saw the light of day, but now all the recordings have been restored and made available as a Get Back series. So I'm guessing the album was delayed because the TV show never got made, and then after Abbey Road came out, they just sort of slapped a bunch of stuff together and released this, I'm guessing? I don't know. Anyway, Let It Be. I'm excited for this one. I genuinely am excited. Yeah, I've enjoyed the vast majority of things I've heard from the Beatles. Their first album kind of stinks. Outside of that, I've enjoyed the other albums I've heard. I've heard obviously their first album, I've heard Rubber Soul, I've heard Sgt. Pepper's, I've heard the White Album, and I've heard Abbey Road. I feel like they are just a consistently great band that makes some very inventive, fun pop rock music, and I'm excited to see what they cook up on Let It Be. This album is 12 tracks, 35 minutes. Yeah, surprisingly, this album isn't a must-hear on Album of the Year. 78 critic and 78 user. Interesting. Anyway, with that being said... Oh no, I have heard Revolver. Yeah, sorry, I've heard Revolver as well. So I've heard, what, first album, Rubber Soul, Sgt. Pepper's, Revolver, White Album, Abbey Road. I've heard 6 Beatles albums. This is going to be the 7th one I've heard. So all the good ones then, yeah. Anyway, let's just get started. Track 1, Two of Us. Yeah, I've heard Rubber Soul.
By Charles Hawtrey and the Deaf Aids. Phase 1, in which Doris gets her oats.
Great harmony indeed. It's a surprisingly fitting opener for a final album. Like, they're talking about going back home. The sound of this is it has a very bittersweet sort of feel to it. This makes a lot of sense as an opener to a final chapter for this band.
We're going home. We're going home. We're going home.
Jesus Christ, that was so corny. Wow. Yeah, Two of Us is a fantastic way to start a final chapter for this band. It makes so much sense as an opener to this album, and I feel like it is a perfect tone setter. But as a song, a little boring. I feel like compared to other openers, say The Come Together, for example, I didn't find that one to be quite as interesting. I don't know, it had a nice bittersweet country sound, I guess. The harmonies were really nice, but would I return to the song? No. I'm feeling a flat 7. At high 6, it's a high 6. It's a 6.8 to a 6.9, somewhere in that range. Dig a Pony. It was like one of their early songs. Yep, we're listening to the whole album. Ooh, really nice, really thick bass sound there.
Yes, you can celebrate anything you want. I told you so. All I want is you. Everything has got to be just like you want it to. Because roll a stone in where you can imitate everyone you know.
This song is really, really meandering right now.
You can syndicate any boat you row.
Maturing is realizing this is their best album. No, I'm 2 songs in.
My hand's getting too cold to play a chord.
Okay, that was a whole bunch of blah 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 at the end. I'm 2 songs in, and already I'm gonna tell you this is not their best album. Okay, like Abbey Road. Abbey Road is right there. Came out just a year before this one. Dig a Pony. Song started off very strong. Fantastic bass line. The fullness of the sound of this track is amazing. Vocal performance, so strong. But the song just sort of feels too repetitive. It goes over the same idea again and again and again and again and again, and it just gets a bit boring by the end. Low 6, 6.2, 6.3. It's fine. Sure. Fantastic ideas. It's just the execution is kind of whatever. Across the Universe.
Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my opened mind, possessing and caressing me.
Actually, thank you for this comment here. Thank you. There is a difference between not understanding something and not being as crazy on something as you are. I'm saying this to the people watching the video. I'm not saying this to you people in chat. I understand the music. I'm fully aware of what's going on. I understand this. I'm just these first 2 songs, I'm not crazy on them. The way that the songs progress is not that interesting to me. The general sound of the songs lose their charm by about the halfway point on both of the first songs, where Two of Us gets a little bit of an extra boost for being a really strong opener. like, it sets the tone really well. Dig a Pony doesn't really have that, so it gets a lower score. I understand the music. I am aware of what's going on in it. It's just, these first two songs, they're not really it. Yeah, they sound dated, that's a good way of putting it. They are very of the time.
Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes. They call me.
I'm paying attention to the lyrics.
Across the universe, thoughts meander blindly.
Don't always trust the first song on the album. They always suck. I couldn't disagree more. Come Together. Easy example. Come Together is like one of the best songs on Abbey Road. It's the problem you have with them in general. It's just some of their greatest songs. I kind of agree. Taxman. Taxman's pretty good. See, where the first two songs feel like they're just sort of walking around in a circle around the same idea, this song feels like it's actually, like, taking you on a full journey right now. Through the arrangements, through the writing, through the absolutely stunning vocal performance. This song feels like a complete journey of a track, and it doesn't feel like it's just staying on the same idea. This is great. This is where the Spectre production is either additive or you hate it. I feel like the more raw sound of this song is helping it, to be honest. I'm loving this one. It's not a raw sound that's quite. I mean, of the vocals. The strings are what fill it out, but I'm talking specifically about, like, the lead elements of the song, like the vocals. 9.8. I wouldn't quite go that high. That song is the strongest so far by a landslide. That is a high 8 right there. 8.9. That's like bordering on a 9. Fantastic. Incredible arrangement. Beautiful John Lennon vocal performance. Incredible writing from John Lennon as well. String arrangement. I just talked about the string arrangement already. This is what I want. I don't want a song that's just dancing around the same idea for 3 minutes. This song actually feels like it progresses, it takes you on a full journey, it actually goes somewhere, and it's so satisfying. This song is so satisfying. This feels like one I could return to like an infinite amount, especially in comparison to the first two. This is exactly what I wanted from this album. That was great. Easily the strongest so far. I, Me, Mine.
I'm in mine, I'm in mine, I'm in mine. Now they're frightened of leaving it. Everyone's weaving it, coming on strong all the time.
This one's about John and Paul's egos.
All through the day. I need me mine. I need me mine. I need me mine. I need me mine.
This is the song that made George quit the band. Favorite Beatles song? Probably Tomorrow Never Knows. This is the only Beatles song. Wait, John didn't want to add this George song to the album, saying they were a rock and roll band. This ended up being the only Beatles song that doesn't feature John at all. Damn. As shown as the rest of the band, they all downplayed and made fun of it, and they got mad and quit. Damn. It's another great track. That one was a very fun, cheeky little track. I love the sense of humor of this track, where it's like going with the over-the-top sound with the string arrangement and the, like, changing tempos going into the chorus and stuff like that, with it basically making fun of John and Paul having really inflated egos. That's a really nice way of going about that. Writing-wise, instrumental-wise, that was, I would say, the most fun song so far. I don't feel like I like it quite as much as Across the Universe, but still, very solid. 8.4. Dig It. Bob Dylan reference.
Like a rolling stone, like the FBI. Matt Busby, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it.
Can you dig it by Georgie Wood? And now we'd like to do All the Angels Come.
Look, I could sit here and I could say, that was a fine interlude, it's an interlude, it doesn't matter, whatever. I could sit here and just, like, tiptoe around saying what I actually think of it. Or I could say I don't like it. 4. Let It Be. I have obviously heard this song.
When I find myself in time,
I already know this song's good.
Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be.
Mother Mary is McCartney's mum who died when he was a kid.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
If his mum is Mary, that makes Paul Jesus. Exactly. What makes a song a high score? It's all about connection, how much I connect with the song. That was a great solo, yeah.
And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me.
Yeah. Let It Be is the strongest song on the album up to this point. I feel like there's not really any debate that I could even see about that. That is a genuinely powerful statement of a song. The progression of that track is fantastic. The solo, the guitar solo in there is great. Yeah, just the instrumental as a whole. It's so dynamic. It's so full, it's so lively, it keeps me engaged for the entire, 4-minute runtime of that track? Yeah, it's the longest song on here by, a decent amount, and it's also the most engaging song on here. I would give that one a 9.4, 9.5. The song is very good. Maggie Mae.
Oh, dirty Maggie Mae, they have taken her away, and she never walked down Line Street anymore. That dirty, no good Robin Maggie Mae. 'Tis the part of Liverpool, did it turn me to £2.10 a week, that was my pay.
£2.10 a week? That's criminal. Even with inflation, getting paid £2.10 a week, surely that's, illegal, right? Damn. Another interlude. Another bad interlude. Doing the over-the-top Liverpool accent was annoying. 4. I've Got a Feeling.
got a feeling deep inside. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Exactly.
No. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna feel it. Yeah. Oh, please believe me. I'd hate to miss the train. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. I've got a feeling. Yeah. Oh, I need you to be the one around. I don't know what he told me. All I got me looking for is somebody who looks like you. I've got a feeling that keeps me on my toes. Oh yeah. I've got a feeling.
Paul's recent concert, he put John Singer from the rooftop concert screen behind him. It was so sweet. That's really nice.
Oh yeah.
Everybody had a hard year. Everybody had a good time. Everybody had a wet dream.
Everybody had a
saw
what?
the sunshine. Oh yeah.
Huh?
Everybody put the food down. Oh yeah. Everybody had a good year. Everybody had a wet dream. Oh yeah. Everybody saw the sunshine.
Exactly. Now the song's a 10.
Everybody had a good year. Everybody had a high. Oh no. Oh yeah.
I've got a feeling.
Oh, these are two separate songs that were brought together. I wouldn't have been able to tell if you hadn't said that. They fit together perfectly. Not gonna lie, outside of the interludes, this album's on a hot streak right now. That one's like a flat 9 for me. That one was so fun. That one was live. That was a fantastic performance of that song. The recording was immaculate. I love the energy of that track. I think that the writing, the blending, I guess, of the two songs works perfectly. The duet is also absolutely amazing on that one. It's catchy as hell too. Yeah, that one was very fun. One of my favorites so far. One After 909 up next.
My baby says she's traveling on the one after 909. I said, move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Said you're traveling on the one after
It's almost-
909.
Oh, written in the 50s by
I'm
John
thinking
Paul.
not to. You're only fooling around with me. I said, move over once, move over twice. Took my bag, run to the station. Rail man says,
There's an outtake from their first album that tried different versions of the song.
run right home.
Yeah, you can definitely see like the 50s like rock and roll influence on this one.
Said you're traveling on the one after 909. Pick up my flag.
Yeah, I don't know, this one, same as the last one, it's just a very fun, high energy track, you know?
On the one after 909.
I should definitely watch some of the rooftop performance because it's amazing. I've seen a little bit of the rooftop performance. Yeah, that literally same as the last one, just a very fun, super high energy track. I love that. I feel like this album is at its best when it's being just a fast-paced, fun rock album. You know what I'm saying? Don't Let Me Down is amazing, but it's not on the album for some stupid reason. It's because of their thing where they didn't put like their singles on the albums or something like that. I don't know. I feel like Don't Let Me Down would be really cool to have on this album though. Yeah, the rock elements of this album are the best part. Like that one in particular, you could tell it was very influenced by like the 50s era rock and roll. which is nice. Having like a Beatles spin on that style is really nice. I don't feel like I quite like that one as much as I've got a feeling, but still, that one was very solid. 8.6. The Long and Winding Road.
The long and winding road that leads to your door. Lead me to your door.
You originally thought this was a bit boring and a pole ballad, but you've grown to like it. It's kind of sweet.
Has left a pool of tears.
You hated the production on this? Really?
Times I've been
I feel like the production is one of the stronger elements of the album up to this point. Even on some of the songs where I'm not as crazy on the songwriting, I feel like the production has sort of like brought it up a step, you know? The production has been stunning so far. You thought Spectre butchered his personal ballad by making it too sappy. Very pretty string arrangement in this song.
but still they lead me back. Don't keep me waiting here. Lead me to your
Absolutely. Like, one of the best vocal performances on any Beatles song on that track. Like, front to back, singing flawless. One of the best vocal performances on any Beatles song I've heard. The writing as well. This album's actually on such a hot streak. I wasn't crazy on the first two tracks, not like the interludes, but like track 3 onwards, all the full songs have been actual heat. That was my second favorite song so far, 9.2. Incredibly powerful statement of a track. I'm blown away. That was so good. Next up we have For You Blue. Speed up the stream for a lesser delay. Exactly.
Because you're sweet and lovely, girl. I love you. Because you're sweet and
Interesting.
lovely, girl. It's true. I love you more than ever, girl. I do. I want you in the morning, girl. I love you.
Go, Johnny, go. Them old 12-bar blues.
Oh, is he making a reference there to the fact that John made him simplify it? Go, Johnny, go, same old 12-bar blues.
Elmore James got nothing on this, baby.
I love you more than ever, girl.
Oh, that's just a straight up reference to that song. I mean, I've obviously heard that song. I didn't think it would be a direct reference to that, though. This song... Meh. It's fine. It's a simple enough, sweet enough, yet very simple track that I feel like is a little underwhelming, coming after the very strong run of tracks we've had recently. This track between two members of the band inside of the same song is wild, yeah. I don't know, after the very strong run of tracks we've had, that one just feels a little... Especially with a lot of the sounds they're implementing in this track that just feel a little too goofy, and they feel like they're making the song I guess that's kind of what he's going for. He's like trying to use the song as a middle finger to John Lennon. And I guess having the very goofy noises is only adding to that. But I feel like it is just a bit much. The song isn't bad. I would still even put it like in the green. I would say it's a flat 7. But it's definitely the weakest like full track we've had since Digger Pony. Oh, it was John Lennon making the goofy noises. Is John stupid? Did he not know human reviews would call this song underwhelming because of its simplistic structure? Exactly. He was not thinking of me when he made this song, and I'm honestly upset about it. Okay, the fact that it was John Lennon making those goofy noises, like him trying to like sabotage the song, it almost sounds like. That actually adds that's actually kind of interesting. I'm gonna bump my score up a little bit for that. That actually is making me reassess the song a little bit. It's not gonna bump it up to an 8, but that's like bumping it up to like a 7.5, I think. Next up, Get Back.
Sweet Loretta Fat, she thought she was a cleaner, but she was a frying pan. Yeah, the picker. Picture the fingers, great. Okay.
Jojo was a man who thought he was a loner, but he knew it couldn't last. Get back, get back, get back, get back,
Song should have been the opener.
get back to where you once belonged.
You know, I could actually see this being an opener, yeah. But I also think this makes sense as a closer.
Go home.
Get back, back to where you once belonged. Get back, Joe.
The video of Paul making this song up on the spot, that's cool. Billy Preston on keys. The 5th Beatle, yeah.
Get back to where you once belonged. Get back to right on.
I like the driving drum beat and bass. Like just having like this marching thing on the snare is really nice.
Get back to where you once belonged. Get back.
I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, and I hope we pass the audition.
Good closer. Strong closer. I will agree that with what you said that song feels like it could have been the opener, because it definitely does, but I also feel like that works well as a closer at the same time. It's so interesting that in terms of studio albums, that's the last Beatles song. That's strange to think about, and having him say at the end, I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, I hope we pass the audition. That's like strangely so fitting. Yeah, that was a strong closer. Had a really nice driving marching drum beat with playing the marching beat on the snares. Paul's vocals on that one are absolutely fantastic. The lead guitar sound. You're saying it was John on the lead guitar on that one? Did a fantastic job. I think that sounded incredible as well. Strong closer. Not the most mind-blowing song on the album by any means, but still. It's a strong closer. Well written. Yeah, I like that one a decent bit. 8.8. What's the rooftop performance? Not right now. I'm gonna watch the full rooftop performance at some point. I'm not gonna watch it right now, though. That was Let It Be. Let It Be is a very interesting album. It is the final Beatles album by complete accident. It definitely does not feel like it should be the final album. Abbey Road feels like it should be the final album, but it's not. And that's really interesting. You can see the band almost falling apart in real time on this album as well. Like, particularly on a song like For You Blue, where it's John Lennon trying to, like, sabotage George's song. It's like, such an interesting experience of an album. You can see the band falling apart in real time, but also crafting some like absolutely amazing songs like Across the Universe and Let It Be and I've Got a Feeling and The Long and Winding Road as well. Yeah, it's far from perfect. It does have its duds, it does have its misses. I don't like the interludes. I think the first 2 tracks are a little underwhelming. But all in all, this is a very solid release and a very interesting send-off for one of the most important bands of all time. I'm going to add up my scores, and I will tell you what my final score for this album is. Damn, that's lower than I thought. I'm feeling a 7.8 out of 10 on this album. A high 7. It's a good album. I don't think it's a great album, but it has a lot of great cuts. There's going to be plenty of tracks that I'm going to pull out of this thing that I'm going to be returning to a decent bit. Across the Universe, Let It Be, I've Got a Feeling, and The Long and Winding Road in particular. Those are my 4 favorites off of the album. But I feel like the songs that don't hit, that being the first 2 and the 2 interludes, do bring it down a decent enough bit. And I feel like those songs are probably victims of the band falling apart at the time, but they are still a part of the album that I feel like are important to talk about. What's the rating without Maggie Mae? Without the interludes? Let me see what the score would be without the interludes. The score without the interludes would be an 8.3, but the interludes are still part of the album, so it wouldn't be fair to just let the album off on me not talking about them, because they are still an important piece of the puzzle that I feel like need to be discussed. Yeah. It's far from the Beatles' best, but it's good. It's very good. It has plenty of fantastic cuts that I'm going to come back to, and some stuff that I'm just really not crazy on. Yeah, it's decent. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it is a good send-off for the Beatles? Or do you think it sucks and the Abbey Road should have been the way to send the band off? Let me know what other albums you'd like me to listen to in the future. Let me know what the next Beatles album you'd like me to listen to is. Subscribe. We're on our way to 2K. Links in the description to my Discord, my Album of the Year, my Twitter, and my second channel. Check those out if you haven't. And I will see you guys whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye. It's very loud.
Late again.
Can I turn the audio down?
Is the time.
There we go.
Thinking of getting rid of him.
I'm never late.
He's never late. He's a bloody pro, this Ringo.
You're playing that bass again.
Peter, can we have a Benson Echo unit for these microphones, please?
I think we could have better mics.
We could have better mics, too,
You know,
Peter.
those big Neumanns.
Yeah, and then we might be able to pick up the candid dialogues better. too.
Yes.
We might, Michael. That's quite true.
Sleepy Ringo. I'm relating to Ringo right now, I can't lie. I'm quite tired. Oh, he's playing a left-handed bass. Never noticed that.
Get back! Get back!
That's pretty cool. Interesting. Just some incredible improvisation from Paul McCartney there. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below and how does it compare to other Beatles albums for you. Shout out, of course, to Chivo for editing this video. He's, of course, going to be doing the rest of the Beatles albums as well. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you like and sub. We are on our way to 2K. Links in the description to my Discord, my Album of the Year, my Twitter, my second chat. Make sure you like and sub if you haven't. We're on our way to 2K. Links in the description to my Discord, my Album of the Year, my Twitter, and my other channels. And, yeah, I'll see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye.